Lord Adam. Ho! I want to appreciate the stakeholders who are here, the office of the MC, the office of our Honorable Member of Parliament, other stakeholders who have supported this school. We are very, very grateful for the support that we have continued to receive as a school. I want to believe, as they say, that where there is goodwill, there will always be a way. Where there is a will, there is always a way. We want to believe that as a school, we are destined to go far because we believe that we have the goodwill, we believe that we have the strength that will take us to the next step. Otherwise, without wasting time, may I say all of us are welcome to Nyakakana Senior School. Let us feel very welcome. Let God be with us throughout these celebrations. And may I recognize that amongst us, we also have the managers of the school. The board chairman was not able to be here, but we have our vice chair of the board. Allow me just in a minute, give us this opportunity just to say a word, and thereafter hand over back the program to the Master of Ceremonies. Thank you so much. Madam Vera, please.
Sawa sawa. Asanteni sana. Tuwapigie makofi tafadhali. Asante sana. Wanafunzi ambao wana vipawa tofauti tofauti. Tuwapigie makofi wanapotoka kwenye uwanja.
Wang'eyo ni gini endi en gima affect wate, ok affect gender achiel kende. So gender based violence wang'iyo wate, ere kaka wanyalo dak kamoro achiel ma ok wahinyo wadwa. To ponono ni you are going through this, en ang'o monego bed ni timo? Be wan gi safe spaces ma wanyalo bet ni wanyalo dhi mondo wawuogo. Wang'eyo ni wanyalo wuoyo gi chief, wanyalo wuoyo gi community mobilizers, inyalo ringo idhi in any person ma feel ni kiwuoyo go to nyalo ka wachni matek mondo mi okonyi. The perpetrators matimo gigi wakwayo the government bodies and the security bodies mondo kik gibed ni gitimo gik maricho to iwegi ma okumgi. Wakwayo ni mondo ma otimre maber en ni jok ma ohinyore oyud safe space, giyud kony, duond gi owinji, jok matimo gik maricho be gibed secluded from the community. Another thing ma nyalo wuoye en wach mar business. Watimo business mopogore opogore ka. We know ni Okana and the larger Kadibo sits on one of the most fertile agricultural lands. Puothe wa gi golo nwa mchele, golo niang, golo gik mopogore opogore. To be wan gi yore ma wanyalo yudo go yuto kawuok kuom puothe gi. I'm very happy to say ni together with SRI Madam Vera ne wasechako program kae mar puonjo farmers not just to farm nekech puodho nitie, to wamiyo gi BDS services mamiyo gi loko pur bedo ohala. Madam Vera erokamano kuom providing SRI as a space where we can mobilize and also train the community. Wate waketu wei wakendo wane ma wanyalo tunza maber. Koro kikune ni ok wajali maslahi maru, but ne uneno by example. Samane nyiri wer wamine ne wachung malo. Samane boy chal miel ka mamit. Ne gionge. Koro wadwaro mana ni mondo uneni kama miyo nitiere ka this space pod.
I would like to register to our DCC and ACC's office. There is need for night patrol in this area. There are so many bad things nowadays taking place at night. And this is maybe because of due to lack of vigilantes group and police patrol at night.
Sublocation. Thank you, madam.
Afternoon, madam. I'm Boniface Otieno Nyadeje, Chief Kanyagawa location. In Kanyagawa location, we have two sub-locations. Anyoro, manned by, and Ogenya. He was around. I don't know where he has gone to, but he was here. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam. I'm Senior Chief Mark Nyadianga, West Kuchiang in West Kuchiang Ayat sub-locations. Newly appointed Assistant Chief Nyamwari North, Kevin Oding, salute. Thank you. Assistant Chief Shadrach, maybe ametoka kidogo. Thank you, madam.
Afternoon, madam. I'm Chief Matthews Mayor Nyanga of Bwanda location. Bwanda location, I have two sub-locations, Central and Upper. They are all present. That is selling Oyua of Central Bwanda. We are in Beatrice Odemba of Upper Bwanda. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Madam. My name is Karen Anyagowor. I'm the Chief of Kumbura Location. In Kumbura Location, we have 2 sub-locations. There is Lela sub-location manned by Alfredo Chieng Megari. Salute.
Who attack, maim, and steal from us do not come from another world. They live among us and with us. We therefore must be ready to smoke them out, have them face the full force of law. A secure environment is indispensable into economic growth, social stability, and confidence. To our politicians, aspirants, I wish to remind you that politics existed before all of us. It will remain long after we are gone. Let us therefore practice politics with decorum and under self-discipline. No political ambition is worth the destruction of lives, business, or communities. Those who sponsor, finance, encourage violence against their opponents and supporters must understand one thing: violence as a way of returning to its authors. The price of nurturing chaos is always expensive, painful, and regrettable. No one truly escapes the consequence of disorder. Let us therefore choose reason over provocative dialogue, over hostility, and building nation over division. I wish you all a peaceful, reflective Madaraka Day. God bless Kisumu County. God bless Kenya. Asanteni sana. Okopamne Governor. I heard our people talk very expressly about peace. Jothuru wabed kod gimilung restraint. Waritre uru, waherre, nekech kaponi politics 27 melorumo. Ilungman podwanti. Dongman dear. Hello? Yes. It is your responsibility to ensure ni waketo Kadibo sub-county peaceful. Nchi wangi flood ka, we had a lot of dissertation that we pray will continue in the same vein. And in Kadibo alone, we have about 66 million lined up for projects. And I believe in Ikotimbi Maber, we will have a better place to stay in, especially in Kubura Ward. Kopakuru Yesu. I believe in Rudi Coaching Multipurpose Cooperative Cottage, Manalum Coaching Tomato Project is under machines tire kanyo, and I pray ni Jothuru kodogo pure unyanya. How many nyanya Jopur manteka? But we have money, and you know the issue of EGT, the e-procurement was a problem, and we are trusting God things are going to improve, so that Floka nigi about 30 million also lined up for our markets and many projects, especially in Kato. We have about 30 million to improve that scheme. Okupamne Governor. Amen. And therefore, matters that we want to thank the stakeholders, especially Rabur. We had a lot of problem in Rabur, our sub-county health, and I want to urge stakeholders, Jawamodi School Muteg, Mangi, Takomaber, who are on this our facilities. Let us urge our sons to come up and support.
Good afternoon, everyone. Amuso jite kiwanja ni Nyasaye ber. Sechete? Tojokoni, amuso? Ruto paki? Erokamano, Njinga Kalsin Omolo. I'm a senior assistant county commissioner, Kadibo sub-county, standing in for the DCC. Kawuono, adwa chako by some speech mar president. Jadi mar keen to listen to what the president has for us. Jadi, kanga to nindo bati, tingwenye dongi. Aya, I'm going to read this speech in English, because I understand ninjanza kaiji okuinje Kiswahili. Dongi. Speech by His Excellency Honorable William Samoei Ruto, PhD, CGH, President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces during the 63rd Madaraka Day celebrations on Monday, 1st June 2026 at Wajir Stadium, Wajir County. The great people of Wajir and Kenya, distinguished leaders, ladies and gentlemen, this is Wajir County, this is Kenya, this is bottom up. This is what we meant when we said we would leave no one behind. Today, we make history. For the first time in 63 years of self-rule, a national celebration Madaraka Day is being hosted here in Wajir, in the heart of northern Kenya. This is not a mere ceremonial gesture, it is a national declaration. It is a momentous affirmation that Madaraka, our freedom, our dignity, our self-determination, was never meant for some Kenyans and not for others. It was never meant for some regions and withheld from others. Madaraka belonged, still belongs, and will forever belong equally to every single Kenyan. Fellow citizens, on Madaraka Day in 1963, our freedom fighters did something consequential. They secured the transfer of political authority from colonial hands into African hands. But self-rule was never simply about changing who holds power. It was about beginning the long but necessary journey of building a nation worthy of the sacrifices that secured its freedom. That promise, that work in progress, is the reason we are here today. Decades after independence, this region was left behind through neglect, marginalization, discrimination, and policy failures. Sessional papers number 10 of 1965 entrenched a development paradigm that concentrated development into the so-called high potential areas. Vast regions like the former northeastern province were classified as marginal, as lesser, and as undeserving. Their consequences were devastating and long-lasting. Decades without adequate roads, water, healthcare, or schools. Communities pushed to the fringes of their own republic. Their patriotism questioned, their citizenship doubled, their aspirations undermined. For too long, some said, this region was too difficult, too dry, too remote, and too insecure to deserve any investment. That was wrong then, it is wrong now, and it will forever remain wrong. But we are dismantling this legacy of exclusion. One road, one health facility, one school, one water project, and one opportunity at a time. Fellow citizens, I want to tell you the story of Bakaja Ibrahim Osman. He was born in Wajir East in the county in the early 1960s. His parents were born here, but for years, every time Osman went to apply for an identity card, the most basic document of citizenship, he was treated not as a Kenyan but as a suspect, an illegal alien. Every time he was asked for extra documents, subjected to additional vetting and sent from office to office, year after year. Next chapter. That is why this administration has made education not just a priority but the foundation of our future. No nation can rise above the knowledge, the capabilities, and the skills of our citizens. Our education budget has grown from 500 billion in 2022 to over 702 billion today. We have hired more than 100,000 teachers in just 3 years, with 20,000 more set to be hired this year, making it one of the most ambitious teacher recruitment drives in our national history. Most importantly, and as a source of pride for people and leaders of the northern Kenya, 3 years ago we agreed that the lasting solution to teacher shortages in the region was to train more local teachers. That is why we operationalized the Wajir, Kotulo, and Mandera Teachers Training College to complete Garissa TTC today. Today, through the Affirmative Action Program, a record 1,800 local teachers from the 3 counties of Wajir, Mandera, and Garissa have been employed and will be deployed in the region. Additionally, 4,606 young people from the region are enrolled in teacher training colleges, the highest number in our history. This is how lasting solutions are built, by investing in people. On infrastructure development, we have built 23,000 classrooms and a further 1,600 laboratories are under construction, many of them in Asal region that have waited for too long for modern learning activities. Across northern Kenya, our commitment is this: no child will be denied the opportunity to learn because of geography or historical neglect. Schools feeding programs are already supporting 2.4 million learners in arid regions, while we continue to deploy teachers, build infrastructure, and expand digital connectivity across the region. Yet, some children in northeastern Kenya and other marginalized areas remain outside the formal education system because certain alternative learning pathways that every child, regardless of background or circumstance, has a recognized pathway into learning, skills, and opportunity. Every child deserves a door into learning. It is our duty to open every door. Yet, opening the door to opportunity is only part of the journey. Inclusion must also mean access to quality healthcare, dignity, and well-being for every citizen. Today, of the 31.5 million Kenyans registered in Social Health Authority, about 800,000 are residents of Wajir. Distance was used to justify exclusion. Today, we are defeating distance. With the 750-kilometer northern Kenyan Gateway Corridor linking Isiolo, Wajir, and Mandera, we are undertaking the most significant and road investment in this region since the independence, and connecting communities that were once isolated from markets, investment, essential services, and economic opportunity. Si mnajua ile barabara ya kutoka Isiolo kuja Modogashe, iteremke iende Samarta, iteremke ikuje hapa Wajir, iende Tarbaj, itoke Tarbaj inipite Kotulo, iende iende Kobo, iende Elwak, iende Gare, iende Ramu, ifike Mandera. Yes, this is more than a road project. It is a bridge between exclusion and opportunity, between neglect and investment, and between the Kenya that was and the Kenya we are building. And then there is livestock. Here in Wajir and across northern Kenya, livestock is more than an economic activity. Are to unlock the potential, one resource will be fundamental, which is water. Water means irrigation, food production, industry, resilience, and opportunity. That is why this administration has set the ambition to build 50 mega dams across the country, 200 medium and small dams, and thousands of micro dams. Projects that will bring 2.5 million additional acres under irrigation within the next 5 to 7 years. These dams, many in northern Kenya, include Isiolo Dam on the Iwaso-Nyiro Basin, the High Grand Fall Dam on the Tana River, the Mega Dam on the River Daua Dam in Mandera, Bute Dam in Wajir North, the Sigli Canal in Garissa, Lowat in Turkana, Narosura in Narok, and Aror in Elgeyo Marakwet, among many others. Each of these dams is the statement that no county is too remote to deserve investment. Honorable William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, during our 63rd celebration of the Madaraka Day, that is today, 1st June, Monday, 2026. All of us who are gathered here have all heard that the theme of this Madaraka Day celebration is inclusion, and majorly on education. The President today has had a speech in Wajir County, and that is the northeastern Kenya, in those ASAL countries that you know. For the past 63 years, there are areas in Kenya that have been known for exclusion. They have been seen as places which do not deserve any form of development. Reason? Because they are too far, they are too distant, yet they are Kenyans. You've seen recently a law was passed of the processes of being checked, isn't it? Because you could find that the youth would suffer to get the identity cards. And today, that bill has assisted most of these youths to attain the identity cards, so that they don't feel out of place, they don't feel that not in Kenya, that everyone deserves that. And we've dwelt a lot in Wajir, yet we are not in Wajir. Hapa tuko wapi? Hapa tuko? Kadibo. Tuko Kadibo. Tuko Nyanza. How about us? There is a phrase which I want to reiterate here. We have been told in the ending remarks that 63 years ago, our founding generation secured political freedom. Our responsibility is to ensure that every Kenyan experiences the full promise of that what? Freedom. At the time when our founding fathers took the mantle from where? From the colonialists and brought it to us and gave it to us so that we secure that freedom for ourselves. At that time, there were a lot of things that Africans were going through. They would be sent away, they would be excluded from most development programs, they would not be heard. And today, we are free from that, 63 years ago. So this freedom from exclusion, from neglect, from discrimination, and freedom to learn has given us the ability to build a better future for ourselves and for our children for tomorrow. So for decades, some parts of our country were told that they were too dry, too distant, and too everything. And we can see that today, a lot of development projects have been made for us. In the northeastern region, who are known to be pastoralists, a lot of those pastoralists have come up with projects that would ensure that their livestock becomes a major way or a main way of resource for them. It is an investment to pay fees and to live a better life. So for decades, some of us, not in our country, have seen themselves as not part of Kenya. What I want to tell you is, the message of the President is telling us that we do not have to distance ourselves from our country. We are all included. Here in Kadibo, we are all part of the great nation that is Kenya. Sindio? If a child can do music, if a child can dance, if a child can do poetry, if a child can do craft, that child has that opportunity to become a better person. So we are told that we affirm that no community is peripheral to our national story, no child is too far away to deserve opportunity, no citizen is too distant to deserve dignity, and no county is too remote to deserve development. From Busia to Mandera, from Turkana to Kwale, and from Kisumu to Mombasa, every corner of this republic matters because every Kenyan matters. Let's clap for our president. And from today on, we urge that every person ensures that children go to school so that we become a better nation, we don't become excluded from development, and we fight hard to ensure that we grow this nation, and we see the reason we took the mantle from the colonialists to ourselves, so that we do not just sit. And the colonialists, where they are, would be wondering, if these people took power, where are they not using what? Yeah, just like my party leader normally says, we want what? We want? Yeah, so that power that you have, which you were given 63 years ago, you are able to use it well. And you can only do that through education, which will enable you to develop ideas to do better development and have resources for yourselves. So before I respond, I would like to introduce the sub-county security team who have come with me, as well as any guest that has not been introduced here from the sub-county. Please come forward. Please come forward. Mseme tu majina, mwambie wananchi ni nini mnawafanyia. If there are certain things which were raised in your department, you can also respond. Karibu.
Good afternoon, each and everyone. My name is Tekla Chepto, Sub-County AP Commander Kadibo. Happy Madaraka Day to all of you. Tulipata Madaraka Day celebration leo na tunashukuru Mungu. Thank you so much and may God bless you.
Mimi kwa majina naitwa Chege Munio, ndiye the Sub-County Criminal Investigations Officer. You know, this day sometimes for us who are not there during the struggle may take it for granted. We may not know what not having the freedom that we enjoy today meant, but the only thing that we can do today.
Kwa majina naitwa Chief Inspector of Police Sami Sholei, OCS Aero, and I'm standing in for our sub-county, Ako the other side.
nafikiri nitasema na nitajitumia kama mfano. Hapo nyuma nikikuwa class 2, I happened to be assigned to our dress. Mama yangu alikuwa anafanya kazi na prison. So shule ilikuwa unaweza simama ukiwa kambi unaangalia shule. Ulikuwa unaangalia uwanja ndio uingie kwa gate ya shule. Nilikuwa nikiamka, ndio maana nasema tufuatilie watoto. I'm a living example. Nilikuwa nikiamka na mandugu zangu. Mimi sikuwa nafika shule, nilikuwa naenda napotea. Ikifika masaa ya lunch, ninarudi. I want you guys to see this person standing before you. Na ndio maana nita stress tufuatilie watoto. Niliripotiwa na my elder sister, akaripoti kwa my mom. Nikawa nimejifanya hiyo siku, nimeenda nimekwama. Akaomba ruhusa akakuja. Akani time nikiwa nimekuja lunch. Nilipigwa kiboko mpaka kwa gate ya shule. And I'm telling you, nilipigwa hapa. Nikawa hivi straight vile niko. Na kutokea hiyo siku, najua hizo report cards ningekuwa naye ningeonyesha.